Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called, I always give that top tier 5-star sexy lovin' in the core. The ingredients you need are some Don Julio Anejo, lime juice, and a drop of honey. So in a martini glass, you're going to drop a dash of honey in the bottom of the empty glass. Combine the Don Julio and the lime juice in a shaker. Shake and strain into a martini glass.
Now, see, this is a drink that I could drink. It doesn't have all that extra nasty, thick-ass juice in it.
It's
I
right
like
to
this.
the point, and then when you get to the end, you get a nice little sweet delivery of something.
Sexy loving in the car, in the bar, over here, over there. You could really have it anywhere. Because after enough tequila, I don't know what happens when I drink tequila, but it just does something. If it doesn't give me heartburn, it just gets me ready to like have sex with whoever.
Tequila
That's not always good.
Will do it to you. Tequila will have you having one of those mornings where you wake up like, delete the whole story, delete the whole thing, delete the pictures.
I haven't been drunk texting in a long time, but I did when I was out of town. And I was like, I thought I was finally released from the shackles of this. So I've told my friends, just go ahead and take it from me. I don't need it. What do I need it for?
That's smart. But I know that if one of my friends did take my phone, I'll be like, give me my phone back.
Oh.
Like, no.
I don't need to hold on to it. Anyway, welcome back to Cocktails Dirty Discussions, you guys.
Hey, y'all.
How was your week?
My week was eventful. I had a really good weekend. I mean, a good week, kind of weekend. I got a new tattoo.
Okay, cute.
I love it. It's a crescent moon, the sun, and a star. And I got it in the brown ink. Hannah's uncle owns a tattoo shop in Marietta, I think, Unique Inks. And yeah, we be sometimes going up there just getting random tattoos. Like we got our butt cheek tattoo. She got a hand tattoo. Our friend Lauren got a neck in the middle of her neck tattoo.
What did she get?
Y'all bitches is gangster. It says clever girl. It's really cute. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. Hannah's is really cute too. I was like, I'm gonna do a dainty wrist tattoo, and I love it. I love a good tattoo. Do you have tattoos, Kiki?
I just have one.
I have one on the middle of your back.
I have a fleur-de-lis in the stamp spot on my back.
Do you want more, or are you good?
I do, but I can never decide what I actually want. And I was talking to my sisters, and I was like, let's get a sister's tattoo, but we can't decide what we want. I want something small. I like the way the sleeves look. I like the way those hand tattoos look like what Rihanna has, but that's like commitment. No, I need something small to where I can forget that I have it, like the one on my back.
I'm with you on that. Mine are small. You can still see them, but I do like little small tattoos also.
They're so cute and girly.
And dainty.
I gotta figure something else out to get. I don't know.
But yeah, my week was pretty good. You know, I told you about last week. I was so excited. I had a guy was coming in to visit me, and I thought that it was gonna turn into like us possibly dating because we were having such great conversation on the phone.
It was going good.
It was going really good. He was fun. I met him in Miami, but we didn't really hang out in Miami, but we have been talking on the phone. that FaceTime convo. And it wasn't boring. You know, some people be bored on the phone. You'd be like, all right, let's just text.
Yeah.
So he got out here. It ain't turn out how I wanted it to, Kiki.
What happened?
Y'all, it just wasn't it. He it was
Did he have a different personality?
He had a different personality. It was weird. It was like, you know, I like to talk. I can talk.
Yeah.
To some people, like, I feel like my personality can be overwhelming. And people be like, does she have ADD? Is she drunk? And sometimes they'd be like, yeah, but
sometimes no. Yeah.
So, like, when I picked him up from the airport at 12:55 a.m., which I also...
Hell no.
It was a turnoff that he asked me to pick him up from the airport. And some people might not understand that. But I like when men, like, acknowledge the safety of...
It was a turnoff?
It was a turn
Why?
off. Like, he got in so late.
It was the time.
It was the time.
Okay.
And also, it was the time, but it was also that he did so much talking during our FaceTime convos about, like, the tax bracket he's in, about how much money...
Are you his fucking accountant?
Bro. And he would bring it up in conversations like he was trying to just act like this was a natural bring up, but you can tell when somebody just wants you to know something. So I was like, cool. When niggas do that, I'm like, all right, let me move accordingly. But you need to move accordingly, too. It doesn't make sense that you're asking me to get you from the airport. Why don't you order a truck? Hey, just let me know when you get to the hotel and you're checked in. It would be different if he was just regular.
Yeah, because he's not even staying with you.
You're not even staying with me. So it was like, I'm leaving. I'm already drinking. Now I got to come pick you up at 1:00 in the morning from the airport. It just didn't. It wasn't a boss move.
Okay.
So it didn't add up to what the bossy stuff that he says that he's living his life like.
Yeah.
It was just weird to me. I don't know, but it was weird. Still picked him up though, and I was like, okay, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
We didn't. His whole personality was just, he didn't talk. He wasn't talking. He was boring. He had no conversation. But on the phone, he did. And I was like, am I talking too much? And he was like, no, I'm good. He was just good in silence. And I just didn't feel like we were at a point where, like, we should be comfortable in each other's silence. There's so much to know about me, personally. And I'm sure there's a lot to know about you that I would like to know.
Yeah.
And the nigga just wasn't talking. And I'm so glad he didn't stay with me. For that reason, that is why I don't like, if we don't know each other, we don't have some sort of rapport, you don't really need to stay with me, because if it goes south, you still here.
Yeah, and then I have to put you out. And that could be awkward.
Very
Ugh.
awkward. I also thought it was interesting that he wanted to stay with me when you make all this money.
Why did he want to stay with you?
I don't know, but I just thought it doesn't add up, right? It's not a problem. It's not wrong. I'm just saying it's not adding up to what you're saying you have.
Okay, so I think that it could go different ways depending on how long this situation has been going on. This is still fresh,
Very fresh.
So I feel like you should take it upon yourself to get a room. You should, unless you invited him specifically to stay with you and you felt comfortable with that, I would just think get a room. Like you were asking me one time when I go to see niggas, what do I do? Well, it's not just because it's new. It's because I need to have my own space. I don't want to be around you the whole time. Like, you live alone. This is different. You need space. So why would he not do that? Then you didn't get a car, but did he stay in a nice hotel? The hotels be having cars that will go pick you up.
Yeah. He stayed at what used to be the W, but now it's the Coley.
Okay.
So it's not bad. But
it's a cute hotel.
Yeah, it's a cute hotel. So it was just, I don't know, there were just certain things. You know how like we talk a lot about now, like not really putting up with stuff that if I really don't want to put up with it, I don't care what nobody thinks about it. I didn't like how he was moving. And I was like, dang, I don't think this is going to be it. So did you hang out?
Okay. How was he when y'all hung out?
So we went to dinner. When I picked him up, we went to Art Thomas. It was cool. He was kind of talking. We went back to my place so I could walk my dog. And I was going to make this a Patreon, but I fuck with y'all, so I'm just going to say it. He was like, we kind of were getting a little frisky. I was like, maybe the dick is still going to be good.
Mm-hmm. During the dog walk?
No.
Oh.
No. We walked shy. We came back up to my apartment.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell is going on at the dog parks? I told you I was going to borrow a dog to go to the dog parks. If that's what's going on, I'm going. Borrowing Shadow tomorrow.
Take Shy with you, girl. So we up there, and I'm like, I'm packing a little bag. He's like, you always talk about like all these sex toys that you have and stuff. I want to see you play with your pussy. I was like, okay.
Oh.
I was ready. I was a little horny. Mm-hmm. And so I lay on the couch, and I start playing with my pussy. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, is there room for me? He gets down on his knees, and he starts eating my pussy like this.
No, he did.
Kiki.
How old is this man? Is this one of the young ones?
He's 45.
Oh, hell no.
He's 45. And I said, wait. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm about to make you come. I said, not like that.
You're about to make me go.
You about to go. Like, I was like.
Yeah, because you ain't child.
I live here. I was like, ooh. I said, I'm going to have to pack my toys to bring him to the hotel. Just get up. And let's like retry this when we get to the hotel. That was another turn off. When any man eats a pussy like that, like you're eating it like it's like
you're scared to taste it.
You're scared to dive in. You're supposed to dive in.
It's not a Venus flytrap. Don't be scared.
And you're not going to make a grown woman pussy come like that. I got a big pussy. You have to get in there. Like, what are you doing? So I was mad. I started to get an attitude. I don't want to treat nobody bad. We get to the hotel. I'm like, let's try it again. And he's not realizing that this is a turn off. I think that's weird when men don't recognize
when
that.
The social cues are off, it's so strange. It's like,
they don't
how
be
are we
knowing.
having the same experience? That's just like computer nigga.
Why do you think this is good?
Why do you still want to hang out when I'm not even talking? I'm probably acting like how he was acting, but he was interested in that. And I'm like, do you just want to be seen with a woman? I don't even want to see you no more.
I don't even want. Yeah, that's how I was. So I'm like, I'm gonna jump in the shower real quick. This is a whole cocktail at the beginning. Welcome to CockTales. So I'm in the shower. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get in with you. I was like, okay, cool. So he gets in the shower and he starts trying to like fuck in the shower. It was just not it. I already don't like sour sex, but I'm with it. Like if it's gonna be good. And now my hair was out and natural, so I was like, you can get my hair wet, dunk it in the water. I'm thinking we doing sour sex. Let's do it then, nigga. Girl, he in there slipping. I was like,
slipping?
This is not what. Like, it just was not it. I was not drunk enough.
He has probably never even attempted shower sex before he got in your shower.
I am wondering if he ever even had sex with a woman before. Have you ever felt like? I promise I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but have you? Tell me if you ever been in a situation where You gonna fuck a nigga and you feel like he is shocked and he can't believe that you're letting him fuck you.
Yeah. And then I'd be like...
And then you're like, wait, well, should I not?
Then I'm judging myself because it's like, well, bitch, why are you fucking him?
Am I corny? Like, I'm sitting here like, I could feel that was his vibe. So then I'm like, okay, now I gotta take charge. So we go in the bed. I'm still like, let me try to give this a chance because it's late. I'm not, like, I did want to do this. Like, let's just try to get in the bed. Maybe just shower one in. We get in the bed and I had to turn around and tell him. I was like, fuck me. What is you doing? He was like, all right. It just wasn't a good match. And so I got my toy and I made my own self come because I did pack the toy. And then when he came, he did that scream thing again. Like he was like, it's like a yodel turkey horse neigh. But and then he laid back like he really did some work. And I was just laying there like, girl, do you know I tweeted about it? I said, don't you hate when you fuck somebody and they don't know that the sex was bad? Why Mandy FaceTime me? I pick up the phone, don't have my headphones, and I'm still laying in the bed. I don't know
why you would answer Mandy's FaceTime without your AirPods in if you're not alone.
Say, what nigga you fucked that can't fuck? And he's right in the bed. I was like, this is just going to be an awkward weekend. And I was like, hey girl, what is the name of your next episode? About? I was like, what is it? Long story short, it was not good.
Did he realize it was about him, or he was still oblivious?
I think he did, but he didn't mention it.
Yeah, because I mean, what do you say?
What do you say?
Especially if you can't do like a redo.
Can't do a redo. I had to leave. I had to go. I had a meeting and whatever. I was just not feeling it. I wanted to ghost him. But me being the good-hearted person that I am, I don't like to be ghosted. So I didn't want to ghost anyone. I did go pick him back up. I was another thing that kind of like, he never offered to like, you need any gas? Or do you want me to get us a Uber? Never. Like, we're drinking and I'm driving all around the city of Atlanta. I'm not your Uber driver. I get that you're visiting here, but you also said you were a rich nigga. You said you were a BDB. That's not BDB behavior.
He doesn't know what that is.
I don't think he did. I have a Nissan Sentra.
Shout out to the Poor Minds girls because that's not... Go refer to them if you think, because you probably don't qualify.
Yeah, you think you do and you don't, because that's just not the behavior that they would be doing.
It's not.
I've dealt with it.
Why not just... order a car? It would just be safer for the both of you. Not even on a money thing, because you don't have to get the black truck. We can ride around in a little Kia, you know, the little skate-looking cars, get the Uber X.
Right.
But I'm not going to jail, and I'm also not having a good time. Like, none of this is making sense.
He just wasn't aware. Like, if you're rich and I'm not, why am, like, anyway, so I went to go back to get him so we could go to lunch. I was going to take him to Yabo, but I was like, we might see some rich niggas that going to see me with him and I'm a little corny. And so I was like, let's go to Pond City Market. That's a fun area. And so we went to Pond City Market.
All different sorts of people there.
It was
bad.
It was horrible. He was trying to hold my hand. I just didn't want to do it. And then I saw this other fine nigga at the bar, and I was like, that's who I'm supposed to be with. And then he saw me with him, and he was like, ugh. And I was like, oh, man.
I said, this is my uncle.
I ended up telling him, I remember I texted you. I called you because I really was in a dilemma, y'all. I was like, we talk so much shit on this show about just be honest. You're not having good sex.
When you're in the moment.
Tell him.
It's hard.
You don't want to. We always do that. And I was like, Kiki, I got to practice what I preach. And I dropped him back off. We had a dinner reservation at House for 7:30, and I knew I wasn't going. I still would have went to House. And
House got some good steak. Y'all, if y'all ain't been to Atlanta, or if you live in Atlanta and don't know about it, it's a nice steakhouse kind of in the cut in Buckhead. It is so good. When they say they got the best ribeye in the city on the menu, they mean that shit. That shit is so good.
And their macaroni and cheese is good too. Y'all know my favorite food is mac and cheese.
And the roasted oysters, they're not on the menu. They have the raw ones on there, but just ask them, they'll do it.
Oh, I can do a roasted oyster. I don't really like oysters, but I can do a roasted.
Yeah, they're not on the menu, but ask them next time.
Is roasted the same as charbroiled?
Kinda. It's similar. It'll taste the same. It has a little crunch to it. It's not gonna be slimy like a big old booger in your throat. Right, it's cooked. It's just the method of how they cook them.
I'm gonna have to try that. So I knew that I wasn't gonna. I called you. I called my mom. I called my sister. Well, they were together. I called Mandy. I called Crystal.
What's your mom and your sister say?
My mom was like, "Do you think that like you're being too hard?" And I said, "Well, Mom, let me tell you all the things that have happened." I left out the sex part, but I did tell her. I was like, "What he presented." She don't need to know that. Yeah. Because she would have been like, you already had sex with him and you don't even know him and now you don't even like him. Oh, my daughter's a whore. Yes, Mom, I am.
Move on. That's not why I called you.
That's not why I called. I called because this nigga acting like he had money, but it's not adding up.
And he's being cheap.
Right. Like, so I just think men need to be careful on what you're trying to present. Make it make sense. So, anyways, I dropped him off, said I had to go home and walk my dog. Really, I went to Phipps and walked around to try to find my real man.
Did you find him?
No.
Okay. Well,
but I
try
did
again.
find some really cute Gucci sunglasses.
Did you get them?
I didn't. They was $1,000.
Oh, that's the ones you were telling me about. Yeah.
Who?
Did you figure out if they were real gold? Like,
they must have been. I don't know, but I didn't ask. So
okay.
So then he texts me, "Hey, are you not feeling me? Or is like do you feel like the vibe is off? LOL. You needed to leave that LOL off because this
it was
is not
a real
laughing
question.
matter.
It's not.
Yeah.
Nothing was funny. I haven't laughed since you landed.
And I really had a whole weekend plan. We went to the bank and got all the ones to go to the strip club. I mean, it was going to be a really fun weekend. But I couldn't fake the funk any longer. So he calls me. He was like, "Hey, did you get my text?" I was like, "Yeah, sorry." He was like, "Where are you at? I thought you had to walk your dog and you were going to come back and get me for dinner." And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Did you get my text?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "So are you not feeling me?" Or like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine. Everything's good, really. I'll be back in a little bit." And I'm lying.
Of course.
I hate when niggas lie, and that's not fair. And he asked me again. Again, I lied. I was like, "No, everything's really good. I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about."
Were you waiting till you got in person?
I wasn't going to see him again.
Oh.
And then he asked me one more time, and I said, "You know what? I am not going to lie to you because we're both grown, and you deserve to know where I think you went wrong and why now my vibe is off and I'm turned off and I don't know how to turn it back on. I sincerely don't. That's why I couldn't sit through the dinner. I couldn't just go to the strip club and then fuck you again. I can't get past what I'm feeling." And he was like, "Well, what did I do?" I said, "Well, first of all, the request to pick you up from the airport at 1:00 in the morning, it was a turnoff. Like, I feel like you could have just grabbed an Uber, let me know when you checked into the hotel, and, cool. But I got over that. I get it. Cool. Do your thing." Another thing, you got me driving around the city of Atlanta, and you just talk about your lifestyle like it's so luxurious. This is not luxury. I have a Nissan. That's not a luxurious vehicle. And you know that, and I know that. And so the niggas that I know that know I am not financially on their level, they just be handling this. They just know. They're not like, and let's say you are riding with me. They're like, "Oh, do you need some gas? Do we need to pull over to like, you just haven't done, like, I just don't like it, and I don't think that we're on the same page." I said, "I feel like I have to teach you how to treat me, and I'm not interested in doing that with a 45-year-old man." Yeah. And he was like, "Well, no." He was like, "If you didn't want to drive, you could have just let me know and I would have got behind the wheel and drove your car."
You're missing it. You're missing it.
I said, and that's what
you should have got a rental, or we should have just been Ubering everywhere. It's not even like you have to do it like in 1996 where you need to call a limousine company,
right, or a taxi,
and charter the car for the weekend. All you had to do was pull out the app. Does he have a debit card?
Well, see, that's the thing where I was like, I don't know, because when I was leaving the hotel and I had to valet, I was like, put it on his room. And I gave them his first and last name. And they said, "We don't have anyone in this hotel by that name." So then my mom was like, "Do you think he is a scammer?" And I was like, "Maybe."
That's not the name on the card.
So maybe he couldn't get an Uber. And
either he gave you a fake name or the name on the card don't match. Something is fake.
Something didn't feel... Something you had
to pay?
I had to pay. And that was another thing I didn't like. And I wasn't going to...
Hotel valet, I mean, I will splurge on dinner. I will spend hundreds of dollars on a dinner by myself.
Hotel valet, it'd be like $50.
And then I got attitude.
And then maybe that's where the start of the attitude happened.
$50 steak is one thing, but a $50 you gonna park
and
my car.
And I live across the street. Bro, I was just annoyed. And I'm also used to niggas in situations like that, just making sure you're not coming out of pocket for anything. You don't have to come back and ask. They're just making sure you do. And like I said, guys, I am not saying that he was wrong. I told him this. I'm not saying you're a bad guy. You're just not for me. And I'm not going to be going back and forth. I'm not the type of girl that's going to be debating how you spend money on me or if you don't. It's not a debate for me. It's cool. I see how you are. We don't need to talk no more. And I hope you have a great life. I told him, I was like, I think you're really nice. We're just not on the same page. And it's okay. You did cool.
No biggie.
He was like, well, okay. He was like, I understand. He was like, if you change your mind,
I won't.
Pull up on me. Yeah.
Pull up. Yeah, because you're not pulling up on me, obviously. I'm sorry that happened to you because you were looking forward to it. You had made plans and shit. You really planned the weekend out. See, that's why I don't even waste my time because it's going to end up like that. Then I'm going to have an attitude. And I'm still going to dinner and we're just going to be sitting there like.
See, and I can't do it because then I get mean.
Well, I be hungry.
Purposely trying to hurt feelings.
Oh, yeah, you do get carried away with that.
Don't add no drinks in. Now I'm really mad. I'm be like,
yeah, then
right.
the filter is removed. The floodgates have opened.
I'm just pissed.
Yeah, no, now,
See?
So
That's growth. I know myself.
At least, yeah, I'm glad that you told him. I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I am glad that you told him.
And honestly, it felt really good, to be honest, in a very adult way. We don't need to argue. It don't need to be no back and forth. Here is how I'm feeling, and it's my feelings aren't in your favor.
Yeah.
It felt good. I don't waste the moral of the story is don't waste your time on people that you know you don't want to be with. I mean, unless they're paying your bills.
Okay, you put this on here, and I know what it's about, but I want to ask you, how does it feel to be out with a man who wants to be affectionate in public and you don't want to? Well, just how does it feel when the man wants to be affectionate? Do you ever like it? Because I feel like you do if you like him.
All the time. If you
feeling it.
If I'm feeling you, even if it's just an inkling of feeling you. I'm never the type of person where I'm like, I don't want people to think you're my boyfriend. I don't care. Let these niggas think you're my nigga and then see me next week with a different one. I don't mind. But if I am not feeling you, and he did that at Bar Vegan, and we ran into listeners, and that's when I'm like,
oh no, she's done with him, you guys. Like, don't judge her by that.
It was.
I like it. When I was in Texas and I was this one guy, he kept holding my hand. I was like, I like it. I mean, he's just trying to help me get through the crowd. I don't care. I like it.
You like him?
Well, yeah, but I like the affection in public. And then there was another guy I went out with, and he was like trying to touch me, and I'm just like.
And then you feel like you don't even.
You make me break out in hives. Nigga, move.
It's the most disgusting feeling.
You don't need to touch me. Think of it as if we're at the wax museum. You cannot touch the sculpture. I am the sculpture, and you are the customer. Yeah. Like, you wanted me to just be here as a prop, so I'm gonna be a prop. Don't be trying to fondle the prop.
And sometimes niggas be doing that when they like. Remember when we were at Bar Vegan, there was this Kiki was 3 of them, and one of them was real fine. He was an actor. I don't know who it was. He was some light skinned actor. He'd be in the Tyler Perry movies. He was fine as fuck.
Tyler Play.
I don't know, but this nigga was fine. He was looking at me. At first, I was sitting far from who I was with, as if like if you did see me, you don't know.
This one.
My nigga, that's who was sitting at the bar.
Bitch.
He was
Tyler LaPlay.
Is he married?
No.
He was with 2 other guys. It was like there was a guy, you could tell he was like maybe a camera.
I knew it was him. I knew it was him.
He was so fucking, and we're like.
because I think he fine too, y'all. So he fine.
And we never agree.
We never do. But this one, well, I told you who it was, so you know who it is. Yes, that man is fine. He not even that tall.
He was little. He was a little nigga, and I was looking at him like, oh, I hope he don't see me.
I remember I interviewed him one time, and I was just like, I was sweating bullets. I had on a blazer just like today. I had to put like little napkins in here because I was sweating. That man is fine.
Kiki, I went to the bathroom, and I acted
his voice?
I went to the bathroom, and I acted like I was standing in line for 15 minutes because I was like, maybe he gonna sneak over here real quick and be like, are you with him? You ever gave your phone number to another nigga when you with another nigga, but you do it on the sneak? Like, you're like, here's my Instagram real quick. Here's my Instagram. DM me. It's got me.
What? I don't even know what
you gotta hurry and be like, it's my Instagram. Copy me. DM me real quick. I'm gonna get my number. Hey, babe.
No, okay. I don't think that I have, but I'm not opposed to it. I would.
Look, because you're not my husband.
You're not. I don't even like you. If I was with a man that I like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But if I don't like you, I would definitely have been like, that's just my uncle over there.
See, I couldn't because he kept trying to touch me inappropriately, and I kept like moving.
Uncle Steve, move. This is it. I'm calling my mom. This is why mom didn't want me to hang out with you anyway.
When we were leaving, he tried to hold my hand, and he was like, what, you don't want to? Because I was affectionate with him when I met him in Miami. I was also very drunk.
You were doing a lot more than just affection.
A lot.
Passion.
If y'all haven't listened to the Patreon episode, listen, because I told what happened in it. But yeah, he tried to hold my hand, and he was like, you don't want to hold my hand? And I was like, no.
That's why I'm pulling it away.
He was like, when I get back to Miami, he was like, am I going to hear from you? And I said, I don't know. This is before I had the conversation. I was like, I don't know. And he was like, ha, ha, ha. I think I'm so jokey and friendly that people always think I'm joking.
Yeah, because you be smiling. And when you smile really hard, when you deliver disappointing news or anything, it can be confusing.
Yeah. Man, well, I hope he don't listen to this episode because he is a nice guy.
He is. He's just for somebody else. Maybe a slower speed.
A slower speed, maybe a little older. And
like maybe older than him.
Maybe older than him.
Good luck to him.
Good luck to that man. How was your weekend?
My weekend was not nearly as eventful as yours. Okay, so we hung out Thursday. I got a call that Jay-Z had touched down in Atlanta. So this is in the middle of our meeting. We're trying to go over stuff for the episode and everything, right? So I'm like, bitch, I don't know what time you picking this man up, but we might have to go to see Kanye. I got 2 tickets. I didn't even bring it up because we went together last time. I didn't want to go back.
I didn't. I'm a fan, and I didn't want to go back.
Yeah, and I don't care. But then I was like, well, if Jay-Z is here, is Beyonce coming? Like, let me know, like, what's up? And then, like, you know, all my people from work are giving me tips and stuff, but we didn't end up going. We actually met some really interesting ladies. I want to tell y'all about them later whenever we make it to the actual discussion. In case you forgot, we're still just catching up. But I want to tell y'all about those ladies. They're really cool. They one of them owns a place called the Skin Gym in Buckhead. I'm going tomorrow.
I'm going Wednesday.
Yeah, so we'll have to report back in a couple of weeks and let you guys know what we thought of it. I'm excited to try it.
I have never had a $300 facial.
Yeah, like, and her actual skin looked good.
It did.
There were no blemishes, no nothing. She's telling us about it. I went and looked on some different, like, online sites about it, and they say great things. Anyway, did that. I went to a birthday party for Walker. Walker actually turned 6 last month, but he wanted to wait until school started to have his birthday party so he could invite his friends. I met his girlfriend.
Smart. He got a girlfriend?
Yeah, he been had a girlfriend.
What's her name?
I'll tell you later.
She black?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Walker. Come on,
she's
young
black.
Walk.
I was like, what does she look like? He was like, she's brown like my mom. And I was like, oh, okay. So I met her. She's a cute little girl, excellent manners, very classy young lady. She had a little sister.
Does she eat messy? Was she eating
No,
messy?
she was eating like a lady.
She wasn't slurping up boogers off her lips? Okay.
And it's funny because her mom is from Louisiana too. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So I met her too. So anyway, Sean was like, "Oh, if you ever hear Walker talk about Kiki," she was like, "Yeah, I've heard so much about you." I'm like,
she probably listened to the show.
I hope not. Well, girl is 5-6 years old. She better not. No.
I thought you meant her mom.
No, the little girl. But I just thought it was such a mature answer because that's what people say when they're grown. Like, "Oh, I've heard so much about you." So anyway, had fun with that. It was an interesting dynamic at the party, like with the people who were there with the adults. And somebody made a comment like, "Y'all are gonna get drinks at a kid's party?" Hell yeah, I ain't got no kids. I'm just here. My friends came. We brought gifts. Walker is stacked up on the gifts. He got some great stuff. He was really excited. He was so appreciative. He didn't open the gifts at the party, which I'm glad he didn't because that's a boring part of a party. We don't want to watch you open gifts.
It's funny. My sister said that for her baby shower. She was like, y'all don't want to watch me open. This shit is boring.
It is. It's just like, send your thank you cards. We sent you the stuff. Let's play the games and celebrate you and move on. We don't watch your stuff and say, ooh,
the other kids are like, I want that. And
yeah, then they're crying. They did have some children there having meltdowns. It was just interesting. So then afterwards, I went to eat with Sean, her boyfriend, and Walker, and we had an experience at the hibachi place. I think Walker has been to hibachi before. I'm not sure, but he was scared of all that fire and stuff. He was not feeling
he was like, stop.
He was like, that is hot. That's dangerous. Like, what if it burns somebody?
I feel
Kiki,
you
is
on
your
that,
hair
Walker.
okay? And I'm like, I'm glad that you be looking out because I always say, oh, watch out for the flames. I got hairspray. It's flammable.
At least you got human hair because this little Amazon ponytail, like, I love it,
girl,
but
it would have shriveled up. It would have been like a little beef skewer. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
And when hair start burning, even if it's a little shrivel, you can't try to hide it. It stank. That shit
and I hate when they try and flip that stuff in your mouth. I can't
like,
catch
sir,
it. Then
put
you
the
got
shrimp on the plate.
Hot shrimp
and
on
give
my
me
cheek.
some yum sauce. Ain't nobody put the food down. I don't like hibachi. It's doing too much. We playing with our food.
I like the way it tastes, but I'm not a huge hibachi fan. Like when everybody was like, "Oh, Benihana," I'm like, bitch, no.
And another thing is like, I don't really like that we're all just sitting here together. You know, they just put you at the table with the family.
I wasn't sitting with anybody else, but yes, like I don't want to have communal style eating. I'm on a date.
Did I ever tell you about this? Hannah loves hibachi.
She
Every
does.
year for her birthday.
She wanted to go to Benihana.
It don't matter. She going to Benihana. It don't matter if someone's coming with her. She going to Benihana. One time Hannah was at hibachi place and she saw a nigga that she used to fuck with that ghosted her. So she gonna have the hibachi man. She wrote a note and said, "Can you go give it to that man?" I said, "Hannah, this is how you get your ass beat." I cannot even believe she did this. When she told me, I wasn't there, but she was there with her family, her dad and her sister, her mom. She said the waiter goes and gives the note to the man who's there with a woman who's his girlfriend. The girlfriend takes the note and reads it and is like, who the fuck sent this? Came over to him. I never told you this.
No.
You gotta hear Hannah tell the story, but this might need to be a Patreon. Came over there. Hannah's dad is there, and he's like, "What's going on?" You know, he's like,
"Yeah, I met him."
He is
I've never met her mom, but I have met her sister and her dad.
And her dad is very. He
So-
looks like the guy from the Beatles. Literally, I can't remember which one it is, but it's the one that is like one of the
Or
main
Mr.
ones.
Rogers.
Or Mr. Rogers. He's a very calm white man.
Yeah.
The black girl came over there and was like, "Why the fuck did you?" Hannah's sister had to put the girl in a chokehold. It was a ghetto mess.
Why did Hannah
And
do
Hannah
that?
in the background like,
Hannah, you knew you were wrong for that girl. You
"Bitch,
could
you
not do
could
that.
have got your ass beat." She was like, "What,
What did
he
the
did?"
note say?
She was like, "Well, she needed to know what he was doing," and I was like,
What did the note say?
It said something that about an anime show that they like, but the girl still knew. Bitches be knowing. Who the fuck sent this shit?
Yeah, like, we see what you're doing. Yeah, that was
was
not
a
smart.
bold
I'm
move.
glad she made it out. Hannah is gonna make some bold moves.
I
mean,
wouldn't even did that one.
Some people just have a lot of audacity. I couldn't have done it. But yeah, so I did that, and then what else? Anyway, that I really didn't have much this weekend. That was it. Kind of dragged that out. We can go ahead and tell you guys a few things before I tell you about this crazy ass story for Weird Sex. So, in the midst of my weekend, my favorite pastime is online shopping.
You really do.
I do. I love to buy things. I need to order some things today. I want some packing cubes. But before I get into the packing cubes, I actually ended up on DameProducts.com again because while I have some toys from them and I love them, I want to add to my collection. I really want everything, but
Do you have a certain area that you want to target, like clit, booty hole?
my clit right now.
Okay.
So I want to get this toy called the Eve 2. And I looked at it when we initially ordered our stuff and I decided against it because I was a little bit intimidated. But when I took the quiz again, I saw that this is a good toy. So the Eve 2 was designed to be totally hands-free because it concentrates on clitoral stimulation. And it has a 3-speed motor. It stays in place because it has these flexible wings that tuck under your labia. So it's kind of does like this, but like the arms go out and you tuck those under your labia. So, doesn't matter how big or small your labia is, it's going to tuck under there and just sit there and you turn it on and it will like take your clit to the next level. Higher and higher and higher because it's got 3 speeds,
I like that.
And you could just focus on the moment. You could be touching your titties. You could be touching your man, your woman, whatever. You could suck your finger. You can do all kind of other things. You might even take a toy and pop it in the butt or something, if that's your thing. Or put it inside of you. Because I usually don't do that. But you might get one of those things with the hook to it. I forget what it's called, but you put that thing in there. You could really have the most amazing time. And that's what I want to order.
I fuck with Dame. Dame has a lot to offer to every kind of pleasure seeker, whatever you like, they can cater to it. Use Dame's quick and easy multi-choice quiz to find the perfect toy for you. It's the best way to learn which vibe you'll like based on your preferences. Whether you're flying solo, coupled, or looking for a gift, the quiz will find just the right vibe for your unique pleasure.
So go ahead and head on over to DameProducts.com and use code CockTales for 10% off. There's no regrets with your purchase because remember, they have a 60-day money-back guaranteed, no questions asked. So go to DameProducts.com, use code CockTales, take the quiz, you'll find a great toy, and build your collection up.
Anytime companies say, even if you don't like it, we gonna give you all your money back. You can send it right back, no problem. I'm always like, all right, flex then. Flex then.
Because you don't like this shit.
That's big dick energy.
It really is.
Buy it. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter if you had it for 60 days. We'll give you a little money back. We'll
Your
give you a little
pussy's probably
change
broke.
back.
Yeah. Keep the change, bitch. Send it back. We're not worried about it.
So, Kiki, I had a pool day yesterday, actually. And in preparation for my pool days, I call my pool days recharging my melanin. A lot of people have been commenting on my skin lately, and I do have a routine that involves a lot of things, but right now, one of the main ingredients is sweet magnolia. What I do is they have a body scrub. Fucking love it. I take scoops of it. I'm almost out. I rub it. Y'all know I love my collarbones. I scrub my collarbones. I scrub my body. I scrub under my butt cheeks because under your butt cheeks get a little rough. So I've been using their body scrub, and then directly after when I get out of the shower, because you still feel oily from it. It's a nice moisturizing body scrub.
You won't feel ashy.
I take the Sweet Magnolia sweet oil and lather up while I'm still kind of wet, damp, if you will. Put my bathing suit on, put my little glimmer on, from Sweet Magnolia and go to the pool. And literally, a man touched me yesterday. He didn't touch me like that. He was throwing me in the pool. But he was like, damn, Medina, you soft. And I was like, just call me Sweet Magnolia. Nigga.
Okay, because I got a Sweet Magnolia. I like to spray the glimmer oil on. And I do like to hit the collarbone. Like, this is a good spot to hit. I think I forgot today. But it's a good spot to hit. I like to hit here and on my shoulder.
Oh, the tip of that shoulder.
And this little part of my forearm. Because it just catches the light when you do stuff. It just pop. I love it.
And the glimmer oil is special because, like, before I had glimmer oil, I'd be putting, like, a whole bunch of oil on and then, like, dusting myself. It's easy.
You don't have to do all that. It's one step. And then it has a little, you can drop it on or you can get the one with the spray nozzle and then you just squirt it.
It's really convenient. You guys, if you want to be fine like us, go to shopsweetmagnolia.com.
Yeah, the link is in the description. Make sure you don't put the www. Because it'll be like a broken link. Just put the link in. Use our code.
CockTales.
Yeah, and you'll get 10% off your purchase.
And it's Black owned.
Yeah. Black woman owned at that.
Come on, shout out to Black women.
Support the girls. All right, so on that note, we'll go ahead and move on to weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
Shit.
Okay, more crime this week. All right, so you guys, this week, this story takes place in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So there was a woman, well, a young lady, who... Gabrielle Dixon. What an interesting name to be in Brazil.
Name, Gabrielle.
That part, but the
sounds
Dixon.
like a
Where's the
tortellini,
Dixon?
actually, like a little pasta dish.
How?
Gabrielle. Can I get the Gabrielle with the white sauce?
Okay, so anyway, Gabrielle was getting her freak on with this 26-year-old man. You already know how I feel about that. We're not even gonna get into that part. But anyway, y'all, her eyes started rolling back in the back of her head. Her fingers started locking up. Hands went back. All this shit. Baby girl had a heart attack while she was fucking this man.
15.
And so he contacted the authorities. And he was all freaked out and everything. Now, if you're wondering if he went to jail, no. In Brazil, the age of consent is 14, so he wasn't afraid to call the people, which, okay, I don't like that part, but I am glad that even though I think he's way too old for this young girl, that he wasn't afraid to call the police and didn't, like, dump her body somewhere,
like
which is what would happen here. Because at least her family knows where she was. They have an idea of what happened and they can bury her in peace. But yeah, that happened. So they don't know how she ended up having the heart attack, but it made me really concerned. Medina was asking me all these questions about what did she look like? Was she overweight? Did she have health issues? Nothing was known. So I don't know why, but it happened and it's just crazy. Like, imagine being 15, having a heart attack and dying while you're having sex. I was just talking about Rose Nyland on Golden Girls and her husband had a heart attack, but he was like, I don't know, 80?
Sex?
Yeah.
Wow.
But she had one at 15.
That is one of my worst nightmares. One of them. The other one is getting hit by a car. But the one with, like, if anything ever happened to me sexually and I die, I'm just looking at the scene and, like, everyone's just walking over your naked body with me. There's probably something in my butthole. A track is probably on the floor. And I just died during sex. Like, I would be so upset. I also think that, like, the guy that she was fucking when she did have the heart attack, could you imagine if he was like, I'm gonna try to be a rapper, and he, like, did a mixtape and one of the songs was like, dick so good I give a bitch a heart attack. Like, all
right, so that's it for weird sex this week. If you guys have any tips, please send them to me at Kiki Said So on Instagram or info@kikisaidso.com if you want to email him. Girl, what? He probably would.
Because what if that was the cause? What if there is dick that good out there that, like,
I don't want it.
I don't want it either. You nigga, you better not kill me during sex. I got too much stuff.
I have, like, started breathing really funny, or
my
just
legs
needed to lay down.
have been having convulsions, and I don't even like that. You ever been? They still shaking, and you just trying to go to the bathroom,
and it's just like, oh no, baby, what did you do to me?
What did you do?
It's a different level of voodoo, and I don't want no parts of it.
You do.
I do.
But you do. So
like
stop lying. I'm like going back to the ketchup because there was just so much I wanted to tell you.
What else you had to tell me, girl?
I went on a date.
Oh, was it a good date?
He was 45 minutes late.
I thought you were about to say 45 years old. I was going to say, what's wrong with that? That's your age.
Right in my alley. He was our age, and this is why I don't like niggas our age.
45 minutes late?
He was 45 minutes late.
Did he die and then come back to life, and that's why he was late? Because that's acceptable.
He said that he's new to Atlanta. He just moved to Atlanta, and he didn't know that the traffic was so bad. But I'm just like, y'all don't. Whenever I'm going anywhere, I do just check.
I feel like sometimes something happens. If you get caught right behind an accident. Okay.
I get it. And he communicated. He was sending me DMs on Instagram because I met him on Instagram.
So wait, y'all didn't exchange numbers before the date? Okay.
I didn't see the point. I had made a post on Instagram about how I want to go with somebody's son to spend our Atlanta. They did not pay me for this. It really was fun. It is so much fun. It's an art thing where you splash art everywhere and you make a canvas. And it's weird. Like there's like a bicycle thing and you turn the wheel and the paint, when you turn the wheel, it splatters everywhere and it creates a picture on your canvas. And you just use whatever colors.
Wear?
They put you in a bodysuit, like this white thing. You cover your head. You put on galoshes, the rain boots. And I put on Instagram that I wanted to do this. I was like, I want somebody's son to take me and do this. But all y'all niggas want to do is smoke hookah and drink Casamigos. And then he hit me up and was like, hey, I'll take you. And I was like, he's cute. I did see him at Mocha Fest. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. I did a vlog, and I told him since he was 45 minutes late, he needed to be a part of it. And,
he should.
Yep. And so he's in the vlog, and I will be posting it next week. Was
the whole date bad, or was it just the lateness?
This was another one. I don't know if it's because of we do this show, and sometimes I forget that people know who we are. I forget that. Do you ever forget that? I don't ever think I'm going on a date when it's with a regular nigga, not a rich nigga. Like when it's like a regular dude, he's our age, and he could possibly like know what we're doing. I don't think that someone would be nervous. The whole time he was looking like this. The look never changed. Y'all will see it on the vlog.
I know you fucking
whole time. You know, I'm not fucking like the whole time. Big old smile. And I smile big. But I don't just be sitting here like...
Right.
The whole time. And he had a great smile. This is not... I don't want you guys to think I'm complaining. But it was odd. It was odd. I was like, okay. All right, well... You're going to get paint in your teeth. Like, because the paint, you spin it around. And so, it made me start feeling like I had to behave a certain way because he looking at me a certain way.
Right.
So, it was an interesting day. And then when we were done and we were leaving, he hugged me so tight that I thought my rib cage was going to collapse. I didn't understand why he hugged me so tight. Then he whispered in my ear, I don't want you to leave. We're in Sugar Hill.
Where the fuck is that?
It's
Sugar
far.
Hill or Sugarloaf?
Sugar Hill. It was far. It even took me about a 45-minute.
Let me look this up. I never even heard of this.
Type in Spin Art Atlanta. It was very far. I'm glad I had looked the day before how far. It was far. For me, it was a good 45-minute drive.
That's a long way.
It was long. It was very long. I wanted to go.
Sugar Hill, Georgia. Let me look at a map, bitch, because...
I would say it was
by an axe throwing place, so you were
it's
far
right in the same
out.
building as the axe throwing place. And he was a nice guy, military dude.
Did you say South Carolina, bitch?
No, is that South Carolina?
No, I'm joking. It's so far. It's up there by Lake Lanier. Okay, this is it was
far.
I've been out here before. That is so far.
It was very far. Like the activity was fun, but again, like it wasn't something. And going into like one of our topics that we wanted to discuss today was when someone is doing when guys are doing too much. A lot of times guys talk about when women do too much, and I know we can do a lot. We can know you for one day and then ask you to start providing for us. Well, we do too much sometimes too, but sometimes when guys do too much, like we don't ever really check it, and I probably won't start now. But we went on that one date, right? That was the one time we hung out. Mm-hmm. He wanted me to come to his place. I was like, nigga, you took me to do art. You can't really think you're gonna get some pussy. We didn't go get drinks. You didn't feed me. Like, no.
So where was he trying to get you to go? To his house?
He wanted me to come to his place. And then I was just going to call his bluff. I was like, oh, you still want to hang out afterwards? Why don't we find a bar and go have drinks? But I knew he was on a budget and didn't want to do that.
Wait, how did you know he was on a budget?
Because he wanted to go to his house.
Oh. I thought he said something.
Yeah. No, he ain't saying nothing.
Okay.
And so he hit me up the next day. No, I hit him up. I'm not going to lie. I was looking at his story because he's not unattractive. And he was at Mocha Fest. So I was like, this nigga probably a freak.
That's where you saw him. Did you hang out with him at Mocha Fest?
He wanted to, but he was being too a little aggressive, and at sex events like that, when people come on too strong, and I know I don't want to fuck nobody. At Mocha Fest, I wasn't gonna fuck nobody, and he was just a little too extra, and so I was like, I can't be alone with him because he when he hugged me, it was like I thought he was gonna throw my ass in the trunk, like it was too tight, and so I was like, no. But so he posted in his story that he was having a horrible day, and he, everybody asks him for stuff, and he who's gonna be there for the strong person. So I was just like, hey.
What are you talking about?
I responded to his story, and I was like, hey, are you okay? And he was
what did he
say? He was like, I mean, it's just a lot going on in my life right now. I'm really stressed. I wish you was here right now. And I kind of got silent, and I was like, I just met you. Like, why? I just met you. Why you want me to be there? And I go to my sister because she's very level-headed and she is fair. And sometimes I don't know if you and I be doing the most. Like, I don't know sometimes if we're putting too much on people. So I hit my sister up. Like, am I being, like, why would he say, I want you to be there? Mecca, I don't even know him. I went on one date with him to spin art. Like, I wouldn't want you to be there for me in my hard times.
He wanted some sympathy pussy, and that's not for sale over here.
Yes, it's not. I was just like, that's just weird. Like, you're adding a little bit of stress to me. Like, I don't want to add
so
stress to
anyone. So what'd she say?
Like, my sister was like, well, I think you had a good response. She was like, I don't think it's doing too much. I think maybe he's just having a hard time. Yeah, but it's not my responsibility to bring him out of it yet. And I am a bitch where it's like, if I'm down for you, I am down for you.
But we just went on one date.
We just went on one date.
There's no depth to this relationship at all.
So, like, you're going through all this stuff.
If you had done it, he'd been like, this bitch is crazy. She think we're together. That's what I said to
my sister. She said, well, when you put it like that, I said, when women do stuff like that to men, they're already like,
she's so needy. She's so clingy. Why is she doing all this? I don't even know her. Why is she putting her problems on me?
They wouldn't even respond, but I'm not rude. So I was like, my response was when he said that, I said, dang, I hope it gets better.
Did you see that meme where it was like a text conversation between this guy and this girl, and she had just met him like a day or two before or something like that, and he was like, he gotta pay some ticket or some fine, and it's $397, so he needed to borrow the money, or he needed the money because he was gonna go to jail. And so she was like, it was like $397. She's like, at least it's not $398.
Bitch, you are rude.
And I feel her because she was like, I don't know you. Why are you calling me, asking me for hundreds of dollars? Even if it was $3, nigga, if you don't got it, maybe you do need to go to jail and you need to sit down and think about your actions and the consequences to those actions. Why the fuck don't you have $3?
Why don't you have $3? And it is crazy because, like, the double standard, like, I like the double standard.
I don't give a fuck about the double standard. Yeah.
I know. I like the double standard that comes with this type of situation because women do that. You can know a nigga for a day and he might buy you a computer.
You might. But you know what? The difference is,
you can meet a nigga in the parking deck and you just say, I'm going to get my car washed, and he hands you $500. That happened to me. And I was like, what?
You never know when it'll happen. But I will say, I don't ever go out asking people to do crazy things.
That's the difference
knowing
here.
Them. So it's like, men love to talk about how entitled women feel about things, but it's like there are men out there who feel entitled too. And you feel like, especially in Atlanta, I think, because y'all love to talk about ratios and statistics. You fail statistics. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't even read real publications. You're reading memes.
Tell him, Kiki.
That Cast Facts is posting, and you're taking it as fact.
Shout out.
You follow, what's his name? Justin LaBoy. You follow him. You listen to his shit. You listen to all kind of niggas on the internet who spit these little blurbs of info out, and you take that as if that's what it's supposed to be. So then you start talking about all the women in Atlanta who are looking for men with money, and nobody's looking for you. You didn't qualify to be in the conversation because you weren't that nigga. You don't have any money. You're asking me for money.
You asking me to pick you up from the airport.
Which, how do you feel when the men ask you, like flat out ask you for money?
That is...
Okay, so the lady, let me tell y'all, we were talking about this at the bar. Well, at a restaurant, and we met these ladies at the bar. They were so cool. So we asked them, like, do men ever ask you for money? And they brought up something that made us think twice, because it's like, okay, we all know how we feel about men asking for money, right? There are certain situations where we might let you slide, but it's not a new one.
There are certain times where you love the nigga and you're just dumb.
Yeah, or you can let somebody borrow it with good credit and they're going to pay you back and it'll all be fine. And they didn't ask for anything crazy. It was like really like, I'm coming to you hands and knees.
And I just don't have the cash or like something's going on. I'm going to give it to you literally tomorrow.
I can tell you when and it's going to happen. You might even get it beforehand, but right now I'm in a crunch. They were just like, bitch, who's asking for money? So one girl was like, I don't date broke people. Period.
She made it very clear she said from the jump, I'm Jewish. And she said, I am very rich.
Yeah. She was like, then she went on to explain, I work my ass off. My dad is 84 years old and he's still a pediatric surgeon. And yeah, he took care of everything, but like, I have no respect for it. And I feel her on that because whether rich or regular like us, it's like, I work hard. Mm-hmm. We both do. So it's like, if a man is asking me for money, it's like, why you don't have it?
And unfortunately,
sometimes
we pay our own bills.
Cannot have it. Yeah. Sometimes you cannot have it, but I do want to know, why don't you have it? Because you're coming to me asking me for it. But I work hard every fucking day. I mean, sometimes I'm drunk when I do it, and sometimes I can complain, and I'll be a little bit lazy on certain days. But literally, we work hard. So it's like, why are you not working hard? And you just want me to give it up? Like, I don't get it. And then the other girl, she said that she broke up with her millionaire boyfriend because not only was he cheap, but her real issue was he was buying shit off Craigslist.
And she was like, why are you buying stuff on Craigslist?
Yeah, she was like, he asked me for $400 to buy a TV, and I was like, okay, that's weird, but she gave it to him, and then...
And she said he did pay her back, but she said she was just so turned off by the fact that he was buying stuff on Craigslist.
And she was very confused.
These are different tax bracket people with different issues. Some people might hear that and be like, wow, I'm offended. I buy stuff on Craigslist. Well, you're in a different tax bracket.
Tax bracket or not, because that man is in her tax bracket because he was a millionaire himself. Different people do different things. Tax brackets
aside. Because another thing is there are some rich niggas that still be cheap as fuck.
Yeah, that's why I always say when people ask the question like, how much money does a man have to make? It's really not about how much money he makes. It's about how much he's willing to spend. Because some men don't make a whole lot of money and they'll spend it, what they can. And then some men have a lot of money and you would think like, you got plenty to spare and you're cheap as fuck. That's not going to work for me because I know how I treat myself and I expect you to meet that bare minimum or exceed that. If you can't do that, you're not for me. And that's fine. I'm not going to tell you it's something wrong with you. You're just not right for me. Period.
I feel like that is dating in your 30s. We're learning that. It's not even that you're wrong, bro. And what I don't like is sometimes when we have these conversations, people they take it personal. First of all, I'm not fucking you, nor would I.
Okay,
whoever would take something like this personal. I wasn't even talking to you.
How you gonna hate when you can't even get in the club? Like, just shut up.
What are you doing? Like, you don't even have the outfit to dress for the dress code.
It annoys me when people complain about stuff like that, but it's like, hey, these people, like us, we're not talking to you. There's probably a woman out there. And stop trying to make the women change who you desire. You want the women who you desire to change. Not necessarily us, but anyone. You want them to change. Thank you for doing your sign language.
Yeah.
You want them to change, but they don't have to. Why don't you change what you're going after? Because I say the same thing about men. Like, there are men that I like, they're not fucking with me. And that's okay. I don't need you to change.
Fucking with me. Like that,
I don't need you to change. I just need to find someone else.
You have to get to the point in life where you realize I might be going for the wrong person. Mm-hmm. I went on an IG live. I don't know if I think it's Kendra G.
Okay, yes, I know who that is.
She does every Friday night, and I be watching her Friday Night Lives. She does singles.
Like
I like them. It's interesting because
I've never watched her things, but I've been to an event that she did before.
On Friday nights, every Friday, she never misses one, and I be in there. Sometimes I can't stay for the whole time, but she has singles come on to try to hook them up with people.
Okay,
so
cool.
She will put you on there. Thousands of people are in there, and everyone will like slide into your DMs afterwards. She asks you all these questions. So I request. I was like, she's not gonna pick me, but I ain't got my makeup done. So I was like, if she do pick me,
you ready?
I'm ready. And then I was on my computer working and listening, and then I was like, oh shit. I was like, you picked me. She was like, oh my gosh, yeah. So we're on there and she starts asking me what type of man I want. What type of man I want. Again, what type of man I want. Not what you think I should have, not what you don't have and you mad because I'm saying that I want it and you want me and you don't have it. So now you're upset. Or I say, she's like, would you want a man that makes six figures? I said, I think that's appropriate. People in the comments like, well, do you? I don't. That wasn't the question though. That was not the question. I don't feel bad for saying that. What are y'all so mad about? People were so upset by what I was saying I wanted, and I would never fuck you. I wouldn't even talk to you, my nigga. The fuck are you mad about?
It's frustrating. Let me tell you something. This whole six-figure conversation is so tired and so just, I just feel like, first of all, I have made it to the point where I've made six figures. That shit,
Shout
I
out
blow
to you.
it.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Bloop.
Come on, cookbook. Y'all better get the cookbook.
But the money runs out. You got to pay more in taxes. You start having more expenses. You be spending more shit. And it's just like, well, damn, where did that money go? They make it seem like once you hit that $100,000 mark,
you're a millionaire.
And $100,000 is a lot different than $500. You know, like $100,000 when you playing catch up. Oh, let's not forget about Uncle Sam. Let's not forget about those student loans I've been delaying. Let's not forget about like these bills that your mama got in your name, but you don't want that to hold you back for the rest of your life type of shit. You know, you start playing catch up and it's like, shut the fuck up about
because
six figures.
At the end of the day, and I had told her this when I was on the live.
I still live in an apartment. I'm still
crazy.
a renter.
But the thing is, I was like, everybody wants to hone in on the money part. You asked me that, cool. I answered the question. Let's move on. At the end
what
of
about personality?
What about that? They're like, do you make 6 figures? I don't. But you know what I do? I'm a really great person. I work hard. Like we said, I work hard. I'm not asking for a nigga to step in and take over everything. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want that. I don't want to be a stay-at-home wife. I want a man that is okay with the tradition of, I got it, babe. It's not that I don't got it, but he wants to take care of it. And then the thing is, when men try to make you feel bad about it, fuck you. Because there are men out there that are okay with it. It's not even a debate.
And honestly, I think that a lot of guys, and you guys can shake your head in the room.
You get mad when you don't have it.
Yeah, you guys can shake your head in the room if you disagree. But I feel like a lot of guys do work hard and they really do desire to be able to provide for the family that they have. And so maybe it gets frustrating if you're not there yet and the girl you want is like playing you or acting like you cheat when you're just not there yet. But I do think that a lot of men really do want that. And it's not about being taken advantage of, but I think it makes them feel good. And that's why when you date a man who makes less than you and it's fine at first because they're like, oh, she can treat me to things, but then you start feeling inferior. That's really what it is. I think that most men really do want to be able to. Nobody wants to be taken advantage of, man or woman, whether it's about money, whether it's about sex, time, any of that. But the reality is a lot of these men have realized you will never amount to shit because you're not shit. You ain't been shit. Your daddy ain't shit. Your mama ain't shit. Your grandpappy ain't shit.
Your dog ain't even shit.
You get frustrated because you want things that you feel like you will never achieve. And you need to work on you. You need to work on your insides because it's radiating to the outside and it smells like shit. And we don't want that. And that's what you have to realize because there are so many times when women will meet men and they'll be willing to do these things for men to build them up. Like
and now you mad.
I mean, that woman's not me, but they are out there.
It's not me either.
Yeah, but there are women out there and that's fine. And we don't discourage them, but it's like, y'all shut up because you really do want to be able to have it. And besides, you don't want to be broke. Why would I want you? Why would I want you when you don't want you? You know, it's just like all that shit about money annoys me.
When we talk about, there are certain people that get so mad and take it to heart. When
you're just not ready yet. You're still baking. Marinate some more.
Yeah, also, you can even like compare it to this just happened. Girl got in a whole fight at a bar, a nice bar, not a fist fight. Y'all know I'm not on that shit. Me and Hannah were out with some friends, right, celebrating a friend who got a really good job. So we're celebrating her.
That's good. Shout out to you, friend.
The other friend, she hating on Hannah because Hannah got lip injections.
She got her lips done?
And it looks really good.
I gotta see her.
I thought she would get more because I like the
she
the
probably needs
look.
to go one at a time.
I think she was nervous and she didn't want it to look crazy, and so she was
be
like,
careful.
Started
Because Hannah had lips like mine.
Yeah.
We used to talk about it back in the day.
And she said, you know what, fuck it, I'm doing it. I can afford it, I'm gonna do it. The one friend, and we're sitting at the bar, Kiki, and I was so mad. Kiki is really the only friend of mine that has seen me go from like nice to like, I will fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
Remember Houston?
There's been a few times.
There are things that sometimes pull me out of my character. And when you pull me out of my character, I do have anger problems. And it takes a lot to bring it out. But when it comes out, nobody's going to stop it.
Yeah,
it's going to be...
Can't. It's like kind of like the Hulk.
But most of the time, it is valid. I don't just do the shit just to do it. I would never just like walk up to a bitch and I'm like, I'm all about to fight you. There's something that you just said and you lied and you faked.
You've been triggered.
I've been triggered.
Okay.
And so I got triggered at the bar. Somebody wanted to try my best friend. And this is a friend of mine. Now we're not friends no more, but we were at the bar, a nice classy bar. You ever been to Iberian Pig?
Her? Yes. Yeah.
A friend tried her, and it was because you've been hating for a long time, and she let the hate seep out. Sometimes we all get a little jealous sometimes. Some of us know how to check it and be like, all right, get your game up. Jealousy is a real emotion. I get that. But this bitch just tried it on the wrong day. So Hannah got her lips done, and she was like talking about her lips. You can tell she feels a little self-conscious. She never had no shit like that done. It looks good though.
It's new though.
The other friend is like, you look ridiculous. She was like, you look like Medina when she does that. You know how I do that little character on Instagram, the pillow face filter?
Who said that? Tell me later, because
I'll
I want to
tell
know
you.
now.
I will tell
like,
you.
who did? Why would you do that? That's rude. First of all,
Why
as a
would
person
you do
who
that?
has done some stuff, you already feel self-conscious. You were feeling self-conscious before. Then you get some shit done. Then you feeling self-conscious, and in your friends or even acquaintances, it's like, why would you say that?
Why
like,
do you want?
Everything is still settling.
Everybody knows I do that filter and that character because it's fun. It's not cute. Hannah's lips do look cute, and I'm
sure it doesn't look like that,
bro. I'm just sitting here listening because I was like, I'm eating my little lobster croqueta. You gotta go to Iberian Pig. Oh,
I had that.
You had the lobster croqueta. Oh, girl, it was so goddamn good.
God,
Had a little
made
hollandaise
everything.
sauce. Shout out to our bartender. His name was. What was his name? Pilot? He had a really cool name that was like
That's
Pilot or
weird.
Traveler. It was really cool. He done
made
stopped
that
us. He's like,
up.
y'all okay? I was like, we okay. Because this bitch not about to do nothing. So she's being rude to Hannah. Hannah, I see her eyes getting juicy. I'm like, you're not about to cry. Bro, it was like an episode of
'Cause
Real
then it's
Housewives.
like,
You're not about to cry,
You
bro.
already feeling some type of way, and then this person says something. It will
you
really
look
knock you
good.
off. But you don't feel like it when somebody is saying that to you. I know exactly
But
what that
what
feels
made
like.
me upset, and this is where I tapped in. I said, tag me in, tag me in, tag me in.
Tag.
Hannah, tag me in. Because what the other friends started talking about was, not only did you say that her lips look bad, but then you started talking about the price. Why would you spend this much? Why are you worried? This is when I got tapped in.
Did I ask you to
said,
borrow
why are
money?
you worried about her pockets? You don't have it? You don't have it.
Do you want your lips done?
Do you want your lips done? Not do you. You want your lips done because you don't got none. You
you have
gaining weight
slits.
and you want to get a tummy tuck, but you can't afford it. People get mad at people that get plastic surgery. When you take it to heart, you're really mad because you can't afford it. And that's what I told her. I said, so take your insecure ass home. We were here celebrating a friend. You making it not a celebration no more. Take your ass home and cry because you don't have a happy life and you really want your lips done and you mad at Hannah because she spent a stack because she got it and she ain't struggling for it. So fuck you and leave. She looked at me dead in my eyes. She said, fuck you, Medina. She said, keep going. I said,
I
I'm
would
going to
have
keep going.
said no thanks.
Bitch, I just left. She walked
Sometimes you
back.
gotta hit a bitch with a calm. I'm not bothered, even though you be bothered. But it's just like
I said,
I really
man,
want to go back and forth.
You picked the wrong day because she always be going. She thinks she's the alpha female of the friend group, and I
Why?
don't normally hang out with her when everyone's there.
Oh,
Because bitch, I don't have time for this. What are you doing? Like
I can't believe she did her like that.
she did, and then now we sit at the bar, Hannah crying. I'm talking about ugly cry. The bartender's like, "Are y'all good?" I was like, "We really are good. Ain't nobody about to start throwing bows. We're good." The other bitch done left. She mad, and we all done blocked her on everything.
Well,
It's corny, bro. Like, what you
I
mad
don't like that
for?
though. I don't like when people do that, and it's like, what's the point?
Check yourself.
Okay, so you tell your friend that she looks ridiculous. What do you expect her to do? Because while you can undo it, when you take lip fillers out, I've never done it, obviously, but when you take them out, you'll be even more swollen. So you look ridiculous for like a day or
But
two.
don't they just gradually go down?
They go away because it's all temporary. It's semi-permanent stuff. So they gradually go away. But if you get the stuff in there to dissolve it, I don't know why. I'm not a nurse, but they put it in there. It makes your shit swole. And so you'll be swollen for the day. But then you'll be fine the next day. A friend of mine got it done, so she FaceTimed me so I could see what it looked like. Because she decided to get a different type of filler. But that's a whole nother conversation. I'm going to try that next.
I want to try it. But I literally, I just.
You have lips.
I know, but sometimes I just want a little bit more so that when I smile, my gums don't show. And there's like it's called a lip flip.
I told you need Botox. That's it. Oh. That's what the lip flip is. They put the filler in there, but then they put the filler, but you don't need filler. You just need the Botox to like lift your lip. That's cheap.
Well, would my lip be swollen?
No.
Okay.
No, you just need that so they can lift it, but that's beside the point. If y'all want to know more about fillers and things, you can tune in.
That would be a fun Patreon if we go and get
next time I go get something,
together.
I'll have to go do it. But I'm not getting any for a while. But I have been looking at some other things. I want to get, Patreon.
Y'all better join.
Because y'all be getting on my nerves. Sometimes I want to talk to y'all about the stuff that I want to get done or that I've gotten done, but then other times it's like it's too many bitches that are negative, and it's like I don't need that.
I just want the bitches that get mad about it to know you are just like the niggas that get mad because you can't spend a frivolous check on a woman.
Yeah,
because
and it's
you don't
like
have
if you
it and
don't
you're
like
mad.
it, you don't have to like it. If I liked it, what you trying to rain on my parade for? It's hurtful. It's rude.
And it's just not nice.
Like, what's the point? What are you going to do? I'm not going to undo it. You didn't give me nothing on it.
Don't try to tell
Did you buy a toy from Dame Products?
Did you? And
Did you get a Love Crave
CockTales?
necklace?
Did you
Like,
go
did
to
you
Talkspace
contribute?
to get the therapy that you need? You're so
Probably
worried
not.
about us that you didn't even get the therapy. Go ahead and go to Talkspace.
You know what? And we're going to have to save the rest of this for another episode.
Because it's
Time
a
to-
lot. Here we were
Yeah,
thinking we didn't have nothing to talk about.
We
Bitch,
had a
got
lot
stuff
to talk
about.
This is a rare occasion where we actually really catch up and just really tell you what's on our mind. We'll save some of these other topics for another week, and we'll just go ahead and move on to Indecisive Diane.
Hey, ladies, it's me, Indecisive Diane. And let me tell you about this place called Bar Margot. It's spelled Bar Margot, but it's Bar Margot for all you people who don't pronounce things right. It's in Midtown. It's in the, what's the name of that ritzy hotel? The Ritz. Go there, try it out. You're gonna love it. I suggest you go there if you're on the older side, if you know what I mean.
Okay, and we are back from Indecisive Diane. Remember, if you have a date suggestion, hit us up and maybe we can promote your business or your service or whatever you have on the segment cocktails@atl@gmail.com. Now, if you would like to ask us a question, you can email us askcocktails@gmail.com.
Kiki.
Yes.
Have you ever been like confiding in a friend, or you just want to call a friend and like get some advice? You want
Yes.
to tell them about an issue that you're having that's serious and you need some sound
Yes,
advice.
all the time.
And then you tell them, you'll be like, you know, girl, this is what's going on. And you're really sad. You're down about it. And some people don't know how to listen. They act like they're listening and then they immediately turn it back around to make it about them. And you're like,
Yes.
I'm trying to tell you about like,
I need you to listen.
I need you to listen. I am really shocked at how a lot of humans, do not know how to just shut their mouths and listen.
It's hard, but you know what? You have to understand that we are humans. And like, I've been guilty of this. Like sometimes in trying to relate to somebody so that they get that I really do get where they're coming from, I might interject a personal story. Then it's like, well, don't do that because people feel like you're not listening, blah, blah, blah. It's hard, but you know who it's not hard for? Therapists. So if you go to talkspace.com/cocktails, you can find a therapist who's going to have an unbiased opinion. They won't be interjecting their stories. They won't do any of that stuff. They're just there strictly to help you get through whatever life moments you need help with.
Mm-hmm. It is, it's refreshing. It's rewarding. And it helps you navigate through some of the issues you might be dealing with in your life. No matter how big or small you think it is, therapy is healthy, and I think that everybody should be talking to someone. Unbiased.
It helps you with work, family relationships, personal relationships,
sex,
or
marriage.
just even yourself and like how you view yourself, because a lot of the issues start from within. Like you want people, this is something I've learned from talking to my Talkspace therapist. You want people to do things for you and take consideration for you in your time that you won't do for yourself. So we're going to stop talking about the other people and we're going to talk about you and how you treat yourself. And then we'll work on those other things. But she told me I have a really strong feeling that once we do this and you really start taking the things that I'm saying into account, you'll notice a change. Like you can't expect anybody else to do something for you that you're not doing for you. You want people to value your time. Do you value your time?
You want people to stop cheating on you? Or did you stop cheating on you?
Well, she can say that, but anyway, head over to Talkspace.com.
Use code CockTales.
Mm-hmm.
And, just try it. Try it. I tried it.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Talkspace.com.
I
was
love
like,
it.
code CockTales. I love it.
It's so convenient because it's like going to a regular therapist. I did that like 4 times. It was cool, but it's like, okay, when things come up, it's just so much easier if I can do it on FaceTime. I can text you. We can just message back and forth. I can hit you up at any time. It's just better than having to go into the office. And then when things shut down, you wouldn't have that problem because they're about to shut down again. You won't have that problem. You can still get the help that you need. Quarantine help.
Yeah.
Relationship help, family help. They have so many different things. The therapists specialize in different things. And if the therapist that they match you with isn't right, you let them know and they will rematch you with someone else. Like, it's really a great program. There's a reason that so many people talk about it. You guys have got to try it. If you've been thinking about it, stop thinking about it. Just do it.
And
Talkspace.com.
Talkspace.com. Use code CockTales for a discount. And to end it, I just want to say, like, a lot of times people use the saying, like, life is short, live your life. But another thing that I like to remind people, not to be negative, but life is hard. Every part of it. Like, there are moments in life where you really just find yourself in the room like, why is this shit? Like, what?
Why is me?
Why me? And that's a normal question to be asking. Life gets hard, and I know I be needing help. Not my mom, not my best friends, not no nigga. I need help from someone who is professionally trained. So we gonna leave that there. We're gonna go ahead and move on into advice.
All right. Oh, you've got the first one.
I got the first one, and it was titled, the subject line said, Unconditional Love, Help Me. You sound like me.
Oh, Lord.
What's good, ladies? This is coming from your biggest male supporter from Miami. Hold on. Is this the nigga that just was here? I didn't proofread it. Because okay. I would be so sad. Okay. Please do a live show down here like ASAP. A Miami live show? Beach.
The
I got
world
an ass
is
so
shutting
big
down.
like the sun. Trina,
I know the song. I love the song. We don't know when we can do that yet. Give us a moment and tell your friends in Miami, in the South Florida area, to listen to the show, because that's what we base it off of, is not you guys requesting it, but we look at the numbers and see, okay, let's figure it out. So tell people to be listening. Are you sharing the show?
Are you?
Okay, now go ahead.
I need some advice from you two beautiful queens. Me and my ex are currently not together, but we are still communicating, trying to figure out where we went wrong in our relationship. Y'all need to go ahead and go to Talkspace.com. We both did foul, toxic things to each other, but still love each other and are open to giving us one last try. My ex told me that the love I gave her was conditional, and she required unconditional love in all caps. Here's a little backstory. We lived 45 minutes away from each other, and I worked 2 jobs. During our first year, my ex would find herself in situations where she needed my help. Flat tire, car broke down, moving furniture, etc. Normal shit that you would request from your boyfriend.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
And due to my 2-job schedule, I usually could not help due to being at work. So when I could not come through, my ex would get help from men. She would get help from men she was romantically involved with, shaking my head. Oh, like in the past. And then when I asked who helped her out, she would flat out lie or avoid the question altogether. Remember that part, because I understand why she's doing that. Nigga, you can't help her, and somebody else can. It's not no disrespect, but you can't help her. Those sneaky vibes did not sit well with me. And I expressed to her that I was not cool with her having men around that she used to date before we became official. My ex continued to keep these guys around and tried to justify it by saying, I depend on them when you can't help me. So I built up a little resentment. And when I was in the position to help her when she needed it a few times, I didn't because I felt away. She needs to break up with you.
Yeah.
If she got help from a male friend that was strictly a male friend, I would have been cool with that. No, you wouldn't. But that wasn't the case. She felt I should have helped her regardless, even though she lied and was going behind my back to seek help from other men. She said unconditional love is helping and still doing right by your partner, even when they don't deserve it. The logic don't make sense to me. I want to fall in love, not fall in stupid. Why go above and beyond for someone that continues to be sneaky and not respect boundaries? Am I wrong? Sincerely, confused in Dade County.
Dade
You want to go first?
You are confused. She's asking for help because you're not helping her. Where's the confusion?
Where is the confusion? Like,
you want her to be stuck in all of these different predicaments because you can't help. So because you can't help, no one can help. I'm confused.
It don't make sense. If the bitch need a flat tire and she do got a nigga on the line that can help her and you can't, or you're choosing not to.
Can you change the tire? Will you change the tire? If the answer is no.
And if you are saying, because what you are trying to say, and I know it's a lie, you just simply don't have it. You have 2 jobs and you're like, well, I'm busy and I can't actually be there. Do you know that we are in 2021 or 22? What
Girl, I don't know what year it is.
We are in a year where you can get onto a app and send. There is a thing called TaskRabbits. I hire them all the time.
There has been AAA for decades.
There is AAA. There are ways that I have had niggas who are not even my boyfriend be like, I'm sending somebody to do this for you because I'm not gonna do it. First of all, I'm not gonna change no flat tire because they just don't want to do it. But I got somebody that's gonna come and help you out. The smallest things. She's asking for things. Her car has to. Bro, you said
she needs a tire.
I'm mad, and I don't understand why she's dating you, confused in Dade County, because your ass really shouldn't be confused. Here's my thing, and this is why
You're not confused. You know what it was, and you wrote into the wrong show. You thought we were both pick-me's, and that's not the case. We're not going to make excuses for your shortcomings. The reality is, you're in a long-distance relationship or whatever the fuck. You got too many damn jobs. You don't have time to date. You want somebody to be there when it's convenient for you. But who's going to be there for her? That's not a equally yoked relationship. It's not good. It doesn't sound fun. And the sex is probably whack. I'm just guessing because you're tired.
Sometimes I look at men and I'm like, the things that they complain about, again, normally you don't have it and that's why you're complaining. But do you understand women? And I think that a lot of men do not understand women. And I sometimes I even have this conversation with my dad and my brother.
Women and they don't try, because we try to understand them.
We be trying to understand, and I will do the things. I will trick off on my nigga. Well, let's not say trick.
Hold on.
But I will buy him things. I'm getting you presents on your birthday. I want to make sure I'm fucking you good. I want to make sure I make you feel good and you feel confident to step out here in the world and be like, my girl got me in certain departments. But here's the thing that I don't like about men. Y'all don't try to understand us on a basic level, bro. Like, women want to know that you got my back. And whatever that back is. Like, I need a tire. Can you get it? I can't date no nigga that if I do need a tire, I needed 3 tires literally 2 weeks ago. Lieutenant Bay, which is blocked now, we not fucking with each other no more, but it wasn't a debate. It wasn't like I hit him up. I didn't even have to ask for it. I said, dang, these Atlanta roads are really bad, and I gotta go to whole Firestone and get a whole new tire. Mm-hmm. Put me on his account so that even though I'm not fucking with him no more, I'm good to just go and like make sure I'm good.
You realized running through tires, huh?
Girl, it's the Atlanta roads.
I don't run through tires like that, but I get you.
This is the first year where I really was like back to back, like, oh my God, I gotta have all these expensive. If I have a boyfriend or somebody that I'm fucking with and I'm only fucking with you, like, why can't you take care of the things? Do you not want to or do you not have it? Because those are 2 totally different reasons. If you don't have it, then be clear about that. And we don't need to fuck with each other no more. But if you just want to watch me struggle, what are we doing? Like,
I just don't get this particular person because he wrote in, he's upset because his woman is getting help elsewhere. You didn't provide the help.
Like,
the bottom line is you didn't provide the help that this woman needed.
The show must go
you're
on,
upset
my nigga.
because she resolved an issue that you were unwilling to resolve or unable. Where is the problem? Should she just sit back and wait for you to figure it out? You said you don't have time. You have multiple jobs. What did you really write in for? Please send us a follow-up email to let us know what it was. Did you want sympathy? Because this is the wrong show. You should have wrote into a show with a bunch of men.
Because it doesn't make sense, bro. You're mad because she utilized her resources.
It's silly.
One thing a woman is going to do is utilize her resource. You're not providing the dick, I'll go get it somewhere else. You can't give me the tire, somebody else will.
We weren't talking about dick.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about tires.
Okay, sorry.
Changes.
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, that too. Anyway, next one. All right. So this one says, peace, beautiful ladies. I'll be moving to Atlanta within the next 6 months, and I have been doing some extensive research to figure out the best places to live, the best places to go, and ways to connect with like-minded people. Good luck. I'm a yoga instructor, really into healing and things of that nature, but also like to turn up. LOL. Medina, I know that you have mentioned going to hot yoga in Atlanta. Do you have any studios you would recommend, Kiki? I would like to eat and do too, girl. Oh, I know you like to eat and I do too, girl. Do you have any good restaurants you like to check out? Also looking for the best areas to live and thrive. Just looking for overall ATL advice and the best ways to make this new transition for me. She sent us her IG. If you have any sources or info, send me there. Okay, so we get a lot of emails like this, DMs and stuff like that. One great place to go is the Indecisive Diane segment on the show. You're going to find restaurants, things to do, whether you're doing it with your girls or a boo or whatever. That's a great place to go. The hot yoga, what's it called?
It's at Be Hot Yoga. Now, they have a bunch of different yoga instructors. Two of my favorites are Ayodele and then Ayana Edwards. That's who I'm doing Paradise and Vibe with. If you guys didn't know, she's fine as fuck. But that is not the point. Those are the classes that I go to. Be Hot Yoga. It's on the Beltline. Perfect location. Great vibes there.
Yeah, so that's good. And then other than that, I always suggest websites like Yelp, Eater Atlanta, Thrillist. Eater and Thrillist are sites that have Atlanta segments, but when you go to the website, you can click different major cities across the country. So sometimes, I'll be honest, the question is kind of annoying because it's like, hey, we have a whole segment with date spots. Like, go back and listen.
Sometimes I'm like,
what?
Y'all are sending us a message like, can you just go
That's
listen?
the segment. Yeah. But I get it. You want stuff. You're just reaching out. We appreciate you for reaching out. But use those resources and see what you can do. We don't have a guide. We're not a travel show or tourism type of thing. So,
but what I will say is if I'm not sure if you're a patron or not, become a patron and maybe one day we could do something with you. Like you come to the yoga class with me.
Oh, yeah. Because we're going to start inviting our patrons to some things. And it'll be like, everybody can't come, but a few of you will. Maybe some sort of contest or giveaway or something we'll have where we'll pay for you to come hang out with us and do an activity. But there's all sorts of things. So yeah, sign up on Patreon, see some of the things that we do, and just get on there. Groupon, Yelp, Eater, Thrillist. There's lots of different websites out there, Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts that'll have lots of good ideas. And it's really hard to make a blanket statement about, oh, these are great places to go when we don't know what you like. So use that and hopefully you find some stuff. Okay, and on that note, it's time for us to move on to the cocktails. So if you have a cocktail that you would like to share, send it to us, cocktails@atl@gmail.com.
But if you ain't got a buck, I won't cover. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Run a double D, so stuffing. Back to the point, is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably stick the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a
Okay, this first one. Hey, boos. It's been a while since I've wrote in, but I've been listening since you both started, and you both have read a few of my cocktails before. Okay, Reed. I'm so happy to see you queens flourishing and doing y'all's thing. For the sake of the podcast, you guys can call me Champagne. Ooh. And your girl is back with another juicy cocktail. I'll start the cocktail off by setting the scene for you. So, me and my fiance of 14 years. Wait. He been your fiance for 14 years? All right. Okay. Carrie Bradshaw. Disclaimer for the jury and judges.
Oh, that's us? What? What's the disclaimer?
Yes. We are getting married next year on our 15th anniversary, and we have been together since high school and wanted to wait until we were both fully established mentally and emotionally.
Oh, that makes sense. If it's since high school, you do need to be together for a while.
To think about marriage, we need to make sure we're mentally and emotionally ready to think about marriage. Plus, we both just turned 30. Not that I owed y'all that, but no, you did because I was confused.
Yeah, because that's a long time.
Mind y'all business. We happy. That's what she said. Anyways, me and my man always keep it spicy. I can say after 14 years, we have never had a problem in that department. Okay, so Daddy and I were doing our usual day-to-day. We had both just got home from work. I cooked some shrimp scampi, rice, and asparagus. He showered, I showered, we ate, had some champagne, talked about our days, and then he went into the living room to play Call of Duty. And I was lying down in the bedroom, catching up on my shows. You know, the normal day-to-day relationship shit. Side note, if you haven't watched the Fear Street trilogy and you like scary thriller movies, watch it. Okay, so now for my cocktail. Okay. This bitch had a whole intro.
She really did. She wanted us to know all of the things.
This was normal for us. Daddy and I have a very healthy sex life, and and like I said, I have no complaints. However, tonight, y'all, this was unexpected and sexy as fuck. I missed him, so I called Daddy into the bedroom and asked if he could rub my back and come watch TV with me. Normally, if Daddy was in the middle of the game, he would tell me, babe, I'm on the game. I'm going to come after this round. LOL. But this time, he actually came when I called with a smile. He said, yes, baby. Immediately, my pussy got wet because he not only wanted to spend time with me, he wanted to rub me down. He comes in and grabs my favorite lotion named Champagne Toast.
and begins to rub my back on the bed.
It's that Bath and Body Works.
He is not distracted like he normally is after a long day. He paying attention to every detail on my body. The massage felt great, but then Daddy slowly starts to head towards my ass and gently applies pressure with his index finger into my booty hole. He didn't insert it. He just played around it while his middle finger was on my clit. Oh my fucking God. He knows I love that shit. I begin to get very excited. I turned over and I told him to lay on his back and began to reciprocate the gentle care and love he gave me in his massage. I started at his broad shoulders and worked my way down his long torso to the small of his back and down his nice ass. Daddy is definitely into me giving him some booty hole love. So I told
all of us in the room were like, wait, what?
So I told him to put his dick in between his legs so I can suck his dick from the back. He obliged. He must have a big old dick. Yo, I've never done that before. I want to try it. I'm going to try it tonight. Yo, I started to suck his dick from the back while stimulating his ass with my finger and licking his balls all from the back. Now, we have done this before, except I never talked dirty to him, saying things like, damn, you were growing in my mouth, baby. And yes, please fuck my face. While I was doing it, my man moaned like I've never heard in 14 years. I wonder if it was like this nigga the other day neighing like a horse. I turned him over and finished the blowjob while jacking him off and spitting all over my king's dick and downright being a hoe for my man. He laid me on my back and played with my pussy with his throbbing hard dick until I came so hard that I know the neighbors knew my name. LOL Trey Songz voice. Then he flipped me on my back and gave me long stroke back shots until I squirted for the first time. I'm waiting on a nigga to make me squirt. I'm jealous. Oh my fucking God. He almost came in me. But thankfully, I turned around just in time to catch all his nut in my mouth.
The sound effects today are A1.
It was so much that I choked and threw up a little bit on his shrimp.
Shrimp?
Oh, I threw up a little bit of shrimp.
I was going to say, the shrimp dick. I thought we was talking about a big dick.
You sucking it from the back, bitch.
How? How? Was it a prawn?
She threw up the shrimp. She said, in the toilet, of course. Oh, you smart, because I would have threw up on his dick. I don't have time to run to the bathroom. LOL. But who said sex gets boring after hella years? I can't relate.
Oh,
whew, y'all, I'm in heaven. The best part was the long kisses after. The fresh hot towel cum cleansing. He gave my pussy and kisses on my forehead as he handed me the remote, grabbed me close to him and told me he loves me as I watched whatever I wanted to all night. Signed, a champagne goddess.
All right, champagne pussy. I'm not mad at you. It sounds like you had a great time, and fuck us, because obviously we don't know what it's like to be in a 14-year relationship engagement.
And I love that every step of the way you checked us. You were like, bitch, put your eyes back in your head. I know we was fiancés for 14 years. On a TV
show, when it plays what you think, that was it.
Yeah, that was it. She was like, fix your face.
Because, we've been together forever, but we were also together in high school. And it's not boring, bitch. Fuck y'all. You don't even have no man.
She's like, y'all be on here every week complaining about these niggas. Not me.
Okay,
I'm having a good time. Throwing up shrimp.
Y'all ain't got no cocktail, so I got one for you.
What's
Bam. Your pussy's still not getting none. So, yeah. Well, thank you, sis.
Thank you.
Appreciate
it.
Check us. Anyway, sign up to listen to us on Patreon, patreon.com/CockTales. And we have new bonus episodes every single Monday. And then follow us on Instagram at CockTales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean D.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voice mailbox that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.